My whole life, I have sat by myself pretending to have this interview right now that we're having. No one could do what he can do. And people will try and imitate him like Usher and Neo, but they'll never be able to do what he can do, ever, because he's an original. He created everything from scratch. I mean, he took little things from his roots and stuff and created, you know, what he is, the king of pop, rock, and soul. In my eyes, he's not just the king of pop, he's the king of pop, rock, and soul.
Behind the line. No perfect fit.
How do you explain Michael Jackson and Alex? They're just very sweet and kind of have a sheltered feel about them.
It's an innocence.
Innocence. Yeah, it's an innocence about them. And they're so similar in that way. Yeah.
It's strange to me because it's almost like Alex kind of channels Michael Jackson when he performs.
I like Michael Jackson, you know, and he's a god to the music world. Alex doesn't just like Michael Jackson. He's like a part of the family.
I think a lot of Michael Jackson music is timeless. I don't think it has age to it. I mean, you put Billie Jean on the radio right now, and it sounds like it fits in with what's on the radio today.
We love music. Music is our life, and it was so obvious that Michael Jackson's life was about music too. And I think that he did something that no one else could do, and it's just kind of take care of Alex.
My whole life, I've known who Michael Jackson is, and I think my sister was a huge fan, and she's 7 years older than I am. And, you know, so, I mean, I'd watch that Thriller VHS tape, you know, over and over again as a kid.
I think the story is his first day of kindergarten. He and, of course, his brother were both there, his wonderful twin Matt, and they came in and said, "I'm here," because they've been waiting for that moment to get there. I first met Alex before he was born, when his mother came into his sister's kindergarten class and said, "I'm pregnant with twins." I'm like, "Oh, look."
Two worlds that just seem so sweet.
I was playing with him. She was playing out her girlfriend, and Alex was up here, and he was like
Kicking.
and I would have to get a brilliant man, and he came.
He was pulling off some moves. Yeah.
Besides the musical things we do, we'd have these talent shows, and and the kids come up with their own things. We don't really direct them. We don't tell them what to do. They come up with their own things. He'd always come up with something Michael Jackson. He'd be playing the guitar. He'd be doing these spins. He'd be, doing the moonwalk, doing all this kind of stuff. And back then we were always thinking, how does he know these things?
Yeah, microphone, and it had the guitar. Yeah, the
Big old jacket.
and his brother was him. And he put on the music, and he would choreograph. And if you didn't do it right, it would be very someone, and he would call me.
He wanted to touch his crotch like Michael, but we said, no, you can't do that in kindergarten. So he had to touch his belt. And so it was a real struggle for him to learn to touch his belt, grab his belt, and not, grab the belt. Don't grab the crotch.
When they came out on stage, my heart.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
Yeah.
And it won.
He won, yeah.
And that's why they were giggling, because they were amazed that people were so into it.
Santa Claus and Jack the Ripper, Easter eggs and playing in the sun. Pardon me, ma'am, what's
We were auditioning in this dance room, and I saw these two twins, and I was like, oh, they're kind of cute. I saw them and didn't realize that they were the boys that my brothers were telling me about before the audition, and then realized that my brother knew them. And Alex's smile just, struck me from the moment I met him, and we ended up having like crush on each other in the beginning of our friendship, and it was really cute. And then ended up just like becoming best friends, and yeah.
Alex wouldn't be the dancer that he is if it wasn't for Michael Jackson. Not at all.
I love dancing, and the only type of dancing I do is Michael Jackson. So, I love doing that, and I think, honestly, I want to continue to do it to keep him alive, to be like, hey, don't forget, he was here and he was incredible.
Captain EO from Disneyland, literally was our life growing up, and then that just kind of started everything. We were like, you like Michael Jackson? I love Michael Jackson too. So we just started listening to all the CDs, and then I had a bootleg copy of Captain EO, and he like freaked out about it, and then we just turned it on. I think it was like the second night we hung out with each other. We watched Captain EO, all of us together, and it was great. I made him a bootleg copy, he thought I was cool.
When we decided that this room was going to be used more for dancing, there was a need for it, because they always were looking for a place to dance and rehearse and practice. And so we hardly ever were using this room.
He was hot on the carpet when he tried
Try to do the spins.
So I looked on the carpet and I saw wood.
Yeah, that's when we decided that it was time, when he was having a problem doing his turns and stuff for Michael moves on the carpet. Well, let's see what's under the carpet. So we pull up the carpet and we find out it's this nice hard wood. This was the place where everybody came to do their dance routines. So we'd have 8 people in here doing dance routines like it was some studio in Hollywood or something. Because, let's go to the Bartosch's, they have that studio,
But I think if you look for there's no mark.
There's tons of scuff marks under the carpet.
I didn't know how good he was of a dancer actually until his freshman year of high school.
Our freshman year, he decided he wanted to enter the talent competition by himself alone.
For weeks and weeks and who knows how long, our Alex would be in his bedroom blaring Michael Jackson music, and I thought he was just chilling out there enjoying the music.
Like, he would be in his room for hours and he'd come out all sweaty, but we didn't know, what he was doing in there.
Moving furniture.
Yeah.
And
moving furniture around in there. What is he doing in there? And this went on for a long time, but we just, we were parents out here and they were teenagers in there, and whatever, let them play their music.
I'd lock myself in my room, and I would, there'd be a mirror, and I would practice and practice and practice, and you're like, nope, this isn't good enough yet, I can't show anybody this. So I'd wait, and I started dancing for 3 months in my room, and then I finally was like, okay, I think I'm ready to show my sister and my brother. So I called them in. I was like, okay, I just want to show you guys something real fast. Press play on when I point to you.
He sat me down in the living room and said, I want to show you something. I was like, what is this about? And he starts playing Michael Jackson music. I'm like, what are you going to do?
We were just going, okay, he's gonna do Michael Jackson dancing?
There was a senior who was he was actually half black, I think, and he was like the Michael Jackson guy of the school. And he had done his whole Michael Jackson spiel for the talent show. So Alex is all nervous because he's last. He goes on and he blew everybody away. I couldn't believe it. Like I had chills, and I was like, how is he doing this? The entire place just like erupts as he's like doing like these like isolation tricks and everything. And
The crowd literally, I can't even tell you, the crowd went insane. He did it right after the senior did it.
I was blown away. It freaked me out. It was honestly, it was like not him. It was like someone, it was Michael Jackson. I was like, how did you learn how to do this? What have you been, that's what I've been doing in my room. That's what all that noise was.
By the end of it, you had seniors on the side walls going like this. And he's a freshman. And these people were just like bowing to him because he just knocked the socks off it. I'm recording and I'm starting to scream. I go, yeah, you know, because where did this come from?
then they did this this battle between the two Michael Jacksons, and the other kid was just like, he only had a few moves, and Alex was like helping him out. He's like, hey, do this one, you know? So Alex, from then on, in the community was like Michael Jackson.
I was so proud.
Oh, we were just busting. It was one of the most proud moments of my life.
I don't think without Michael, either one of us would be where we are today.
About half a year ago, I was addicted to heroin, and I was for a while. And Gretchen came to me, my best friend Gretchen, and said, hey, we want to do this Michael Jackson show.
We ended up doing this tribute show for him in October.
In a sense, Michael kind of saved my life because I'd still be using today if it wasn't for that show. And at that time of everything that happened, it kind of worked out and placed out perfectly.
It was our little closure and goodbye to him, you know. It felt really good because Alex and I didn't dance together for 4 years. To get to do that together on stage for the person who brought us together in the first place was just really awesome.
I'm over it. I don't want to touch it again. I know I can't control it. And so I kind of owe Gretchen and Michael that kind of gratitude for getting me through that. My mom has been really incredible. You know, she was, you know, when she was very supportive.
You really can. People make people love each other. I believe that is what we're called to do.
Love each other,
Yeah.
help each other,
And this man
loved each other, and helped each other.
for people. Hope is everything.
Hope is everything.
I didn't really know what that word meant.
Right.
I know I had, and they told me there was no hope. But that's never true.
Right.
There's always
Always
find
hope.
hope.
Oh God, she's near.
We're all, like I was saying before, we're all realizing that, okay, every day we need to ask Mom, what can I do for you? You know, because it's quality of life now, every day. And because we don't know what quantity is left.
I can't be musical anymore. But I get a lot of joy watching them perform, and you know, It's okay. It's okay.